Welcome into Sportsmemo's betting podcast, NFL Every Game on the Board with our leadoff hitter, Minty Bets. Minty, welcome in the podcast. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Drew?
I'm doing good. We got a big NFL card this weekend, and it starts off on Saturday. We got 3 games on Saturday, then we got the Sunday slate. Minty's leading us off here, guys, and we'll hand it over to Teddy Covers to close it out. But starting off at the top of the card, Minty, we got 4-5-1, 4-5-2, LA Rams, San Francisco 49ers. We got 45 being the total, 6 in the hook here. Yep, pretty much across the board. That's San Francisco 49ers laying in Santa Clara. The Rams were kind of the flavor of the week a couple weeks ago, Minty. Now not as much. What are you thinking here?
Well, both these teams are coming off surprising losses. Neither of these offenses were anything special last week. This is a divisional game, and divisional games tend to be close. I know last time the Rams and the Niners met in Week 6, the Niners beat LA 20-7. But this time around, I don't think the margin of victory will be over a touchdown as long as Jared Goff hands the ball to Todd Gurley. I feel like good things happen when Gurley gets the ball, and it's a shame he wasn't able to be utilized enough this season. Last year, Gurley racked up 1,251 rushing yards and 580 receiving yards, all resulting in 21 touchdowns. This season, he's only at 741 rushing yards and 186 receiving for 12 touchdowns. Quite a drop in numbers here. I think the Rams step up their passing defense, and their offense can run the ball early against the Niners defense, who's allowing almost 5 yards per carry from their opponents. So I like the Rams and the points here. Okay,
like in the underdog on the road here. I guess that's sort of short road trip, LA to San Francisco. But
yeah.
Next game up, other side of the country here, Minty. Buffalo at New England. We got the Patriots minus 6.5 in Foxborough. 37 being the total, low total, but it's low for a reason. Both of these defenses are pretty good. Offenses, shaky at times. What are you thinking with the Bills and the Patriots, Minty?
I kind of like the Bills plus 6.5 here. They covered last time they were in Foxborough in Week 4, and they won their last 3 road games, and their defense is second in the league in points allowed. I really like Buffalo. This 2019 Patriots offense isn't what it used to be against good teams. Tom Brady has completed under 60% of his passes in 5 weeks straight. Julian Edelman, Jason McCourty, and Danny Shelton are coming off injuries and aren't going to be 100% when they play on Saturday. So I'm not expecting a ton from the Pats, but I'm expecting to see a lot of back and forth without a ton of scoring. The Bills are 3-7 over under, and the Pats are 4-6 over under their last 10. So I'm really liking the under here as well. I know it opened at 38. It's at 37 now. I got it at 37 before it gets any lower. So yeah, I like the under.
Okay, liking the under there, low total. We got Houston, Tampa Bay up next, but Minty, wait, we got the nice background. Where are you at there in Las Vegas?
I'm in Florida.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. I'm in my backyard. They're doing construction in my house, so I had to leave.
Okay. No, but it's a nice setup there, and the weather's not too bad, huh?
It's not too bad at all. I'm wearing the sweater, and I'm kind of hot right now. It feels like high 60s, but it might just be high 60s. I don't know. Yeah, it's nice out here in Vegas. So I don't know why you went to Florida for the holidays when it's nice and sunny here, Drew.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Minty. And actually, it's like windy and pretty nasty right now here in Fort Lauderdale. So unfortunately, not getting the best of the weather. But I'll tell you, they're in Las Vegas. It was like getting in the 30s at night, Minty. A little too cold for me. I don't know about you.
Yes, a lot of people, they don't know that the desert can get pretty, cold. Mm-hmm. Desert cold is kind of harsh. I mean, without snow, it's a harsh cold.
Absolutely. And talking about the weather here, a Florida game, which, we got bowl games on Wednesday, on Saturday that are going to be affected by it. The Bahamas Bowl, we're actually talking right now, that's going on. There's 25 mile an hour plus winds going on. So in this area of, I guess, the world, there is a lot of weather. This game might be affected by it as well. Houston, Tampa Bay, we got 50 being the total, 3 with juice. That's Houston laying in Tampa here. If you got an inkling on an under with either of these two teams, might be worth a shot. But what are you thinking here, Houston, Tampa Bay?
I like what you're thinking. I like the under as well. But for the Bucks, Mike Evans is out. Chris Godwin is likely out. Those are two Jameis's main receivers. And although he had that Brashad Perriman, that guy is not that bad. It still won't be the same. The Bucks have won their last 4 straight up, and the Texans though have the best defense out of those last 4 opponents they've played. So I know playing Tampa over has been a moneymaker this season, but I kind of lean the under because, like you said, it's going to be nasty. It might be windy. And also the Texans' defense is really good. I lean with the Texans -3 and the under here.
Okay, sounds good, Minty. Those are the 3 games on Saturday. We got a couple here on Sunday. We'll hit Detroit at Denver. It looks like Denver -7 a mile high. Another low total here, Minty, just 38.
Yes. The Lions, I just cannot put my money on. They're just done for the season. There's absolutely no reason to try anymore. But I'm hearing that Kerryon Johnson might come back this week. And if that's true, then their running game is going to improve quite a bit. As they currently rank 21st in rushing yards per game. But I believe in the home field advantage here. I mean, the Broncos have Phillip Lindsay and Courtland Sutton. I like the Broncos here. I'm not betting this because I think 7 points might not be worth it for me. Denver has beat their opponents by 7 or more points 3 out of the 5 wins they have this season. But I just really don't know if I can trust Drew Lock quite yet, as we've only seen him perform twice, and they've both been very different performances.
Yeah, one of them was pretty good, Minty, and that's always tough to kind of get a good read on a quarterback, one good, one bad. I mean, would you look for kind of back to the improvement, or are you thinking, maybe it's a good time to fade him?
I'm thinking that the Broncos should improve this week, but again, I just can't trust it. I can't put my money on them.
Minty, next game up, we got the soon-to-be Las Vegas Raiders at the LA Chargers here. So battle for California, at least for the last year here. Chargers -7, quote-unquote, at home. 45.5 being the total here, Minty.
I don't really have an opinion for this one, but it's more of a rant. Okay. The Raiders were so disappointing last week against the Jaguars. I had the Raiders, and I was so upset. They had to win that one, and they didn't even seem like they tried to try. And also last week on the show, I said that if Phillip Rivers could take care of the ball and not throw any picks, then they could win the game. But lo and behold, Phillip Rivers threw 3 interceptions, and they lost to the Vikings. But the Vikings did have more to play for, so they did play harder in that game. I kind of lean the Raiders here. I think that there's a chance for them to redeem themselves after that loss last week. But, I mean, and there will be more Raiders fans in the stands than Chargers, right. So kind of leaning towards the Raiders, but really no solid opinion on this one.
Okay, and we got 2 games left on this section. NFL Every Game on the Board podcast each and every Friday at sportsmemo.com. We'll bring Teddy Covers in for the back half of this one. And then also, guys, remember NFL Opening Line Report, sportsmemo.com, each and every Monday, breaking down the opening lines with Teddy Covers. Special coupon code here for this podcast, Minty10, that's MINTY 10 at checkout. We'll take $10 off everything on sportsmemo.com. Single day pack, 1 year all access, full season, anything on sportsmemo.com, $10 off using the coupon code Minty10 at checkout. Minty, next game up, we got 4-6-1, 4-6-2, Jacksonville at Atlanta. Looks like the Falcons -7 at home, 47 being the total here, Minty.
Yes. So this one's a little difficult because although it was mostly luck rather than skill, both these teams did come out with a win last week. I think the Falcons are a little too favored, though, so I kind of like the Jags to cover. Minshew has to prove himself if he wants to be the starting quarterback over Foles next season. So I kind of like the Jags to cover here.
Okay, like in the Jags on the road. Yeah, the Falcons have really been up and down in my opinion as well. Also, an interesting tidbit here with something that happened in Atlanta. And guys, if you're Falcons fans or in the Atlanta area, feel free to shout us out at Drew Martin Bets on Twitter and at Minty Bets on Twitter. Also at Sports Memo is the company Twitter handle. There was an issue with the Georgia high school football championship games. They used to always play them in the Georgia Dome. And then Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I guess, was trying to charge the association for the Georgia Athletics like $600,000 to play them in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So it's like kind of really made a lot of people in the area pretty mad. What do you? I don't. Did you hear that?
Yeah. I've not heard that, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's silly.
I know. Especially like those are probably a lot of Falcons fans you're kind of making mad there. I don't know. It didn't really make a lot of sense. I need to do a little bit more research on it, but might affect the outcome for the attendance there for Falcons fans. But Minty, we got one game left here on the Every Game on the Board podcast. New Orleans at Tennessee, excuse me. Your New Orleans Saints -2.5, Minty, on the road, 50 being the total.
2.5. What the hell? Okay. Yes. So I saw it at 3 for the longest time, and I was like, I gotta get it at 3 because it's gonna climb, and it went down to 2.
It happens.
Whatever. I like the Saints here. Shocker. I think they'll cover at 3 comfortably. They won all their road games this season except for the one in LA where Drew broke his thumb, so that doesn't count. The Saints have a great run defense, so they should be able to stop Derrick Henry, which is the Titans' best weapon here. I think New Orleans has more weapons offensively than Tennessee does, so there's an advantage there. I kind of like the under as well, as the Titans are only allowing their opponents an average of 19 points per game, while the Saints are allowing an average of 21 points per game. I like it, but not enough to bet it. I did bet the Saints, though, like I said. So 2.5, that's great. I would take it at 2.5.
And Minty, what are you thinking about the Saints' kind of future here this season? You think they got a strong possibility to win the Super Bowl?
Yes. And I know, like, everyone I've talked to has put their money on the Saints to win the Super Bowl here. But I'm like, I want to do it, but I don't want to jinx it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to be realistic, and I feel like the Saints always find a way to lose, just like something stupid, like a stupid penalty or something, and they always find a way to lose. So I think they have a chance, but I think there are better chances with the Niners here.
Okay.
We'll see how they perform this upcoming week. So it's really a toss-up, but I definitely think, I hope the Saints will win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Or make it.
Yeah, and they do have a shot, in terms of just making the playoffs. Anything can happen in the NFL. Minty, also a couple guys reaching out on Twitter just with questions, really for me, but I think you would be a good person to ask in terms of over the holidays, New Year's. Do you recommend anything in particular for watching games in Vegas or places to be on Vegas? I've heard the Strip is pretty wild there for New Year's.
The Strip is definitely wild for New Year's. Well, it depends. They're just asking to watch games?
Well, I've gotten both of the questions in terms of being in Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. Where do you recommend? And then also for New Year's Eve, just being on the Strip or going off Strip, do you think is more fun?
So downtown is pretty cool. Not a lot of people know about downtown or really go downtown. Downtown Fremont Street, they have like that big roof with the largest TV screen. That's a really cool place to be downtown if you don't want to be on the Strip. I mean, the Strip is definitely more glamorous and a lot, I guess, you see it more on TV, I guess, is like the city feel. Mm-hmm. But downtown is really cool. It's very chill. That's where all the locals hang out. I don't know much about if locals will hang out there, but definitely, like, I think the bars are better. Gaming is better. It's more affordable, I guess, I would say.
On Fremont
so downtown is a cool place. Yes, on Fremont Street. A lot of cool local bars. So I would recommend downtown, if not the Strip. And then I heard South Point is actually doing something really fun. Like they're having like you pay $70 and it's like an open bar thing until midnight and like a nice buffet or something. Don't quote me on that, but I heard there is an open bar at South Point.
Okay.
And that's where, yeah. So that's pretty popular. And for Super Bowl, I've always watched Super Bowl at my house, but truly any casino is going to be really, really fun for Super Bowl. The Link has a really cool new sports book, and I think I'm going to be at the Aria or Park MGM if anyone wants to stop by. I'm hosting a Yahoo's Super Bowl show, so I'm not sure where that's at yet, though. It'll be an MGM property. I'm trying to think of other ones. Westgate should be fun. I mean, you've been to Westgate. It's huge.
Oh, yeah.
Caesars is really nice as well. So truly, like, there are no bad sports books. I know smaller ones are like Cosmopolitan and I know just like the smaller casinos. They're okay, but they're just small. You want to go to like a big fun sports book. So I would recommend Westgate, South Point, any MGM property. Caesars is nice. So yeah,
cool.
I hope that helps.
Yeah, it's tough to really. I guess, get a bad one, like you said. Like the Aria is kind of small, not one of my favorites, but it's nicer. It's high class. But I agree with you. The Westgate, I like Caesars a lot. Caesars is more of like of a party,
Yeah, you're right. Caesars is nice. I like Caesars, but again, it can fill up so fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Minty, great stuff as always on the Every Game on the Board podcast. We got Teddy coming up next. Anything else you wanted to throw out here before we shut this down?
Nope. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
All right. You can follow her on Twitter at MintyBets and the coupon code Minty10 at checkout, $10 off anything site-wide on sportsmemo.com. Minty, thank you. As always, have a fun, safe weekend. Best of luck with your bet.
Thank you, you too.
All right, Minty.
Thank you. Good luck, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
guys. We'll be right back with Teddy Covers. Stay tuned.